Good evening, welcome back to Gfinity FIFA, where we're here for the third group games of Group B. So these are the final group games where the winner of this game will go through and the loser will probably be going out. I'm joined with Dominic Stevens, aka Mover. Who do you think will win this game?
Well, Brian had a good start to the game, obviously beating Shawsey 6-0, but I think Tass will edge this one. I'm just fully going supporting the UK at this moment in time, and I think Tass will just have the edge to beat Brian.
Okay, yeah, no, I think Tass as well, but Tass has the problem here where his goal difference isn't as good, so a draw for him actually exposes him. If Adam Winster wins his final game against Shawsey, he can overtake Tass, whereas Brian's goal difference is really good. He won the first game 6-0, so he can actually settle for a draw or a win. So I think that's where advantage may play a factor in this.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Tass needs to go out or attack this game. Needs to get some goals under his belt. Probably get an early goal just to settle the nerves a little bit. Rattle Brian as well because he looks serious. You can tell he's focused. Just looking at his face, he was really, really into the game. So you know, I just believe if Tass can get this right and start off well and start that flowing football that he did against Adam Winster, I think he can make a world of a difference. But like you said, the goal difference is not as good. So basically, a win. It's a win. He has to win this game. But in terms of that, yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. I believe that Brian is going to go with Real Madrid, so he's going to use Real Madrid, and Tass is going to go with Brazil.
I'm surprised by Brazil. We haven't really seen that team use much today. And do you know who got to pick first?
I believe it was Brian. Brian got to pick first.
Okay, I'm surprised Tass has gone.
Tass has still got Bayern Munich and Dortmund under his belt still, but he didn't want to use Bayern Munich, so he wanted to kind of match Real Madrid in some sense. Obviously, I know it's not the same, but he thought, you know, let's go out all attack. So he's going to do that as well. But you know, I think it'll be a good game. You know, Tass, if Tass is on his game, he can be anything. But then again, Brian, like you said earlier, he's an underdog. You know, we know about the Epsilon boys, but I don't know much about Brian itself. So I'll be quite intrigued to see how he plays. And obviously, he must be doing something well that he hits Shawsey for 6-0. So he must be doing something really good. I'm excited to see how he plays.
Yeah, no, it'll definitely be interesting. The players are just setting up here at Gfinity. Just to give you a sort of quick insight to where these guys train and where they qualify for this kind of tournament. If you're at home and watching, check out www.gfinity.net. There's loads of tournaments starting, ladders, you've got cups for, especially for FIFA, you've got obviously StarCraft as well, Counter-Strike, and obviously Call of Duty. And sort of from a FIFA perspective, you've got Ultimate Team available, clubs, and sort of single 1v1, which is what we're playing here. And yeah, like sort of check out the site, look around, it's an all-new website. You've got the option to play for free and play against some of these players maybe and sort of get some training in. Play on the ladder, or you've got an option of a £20 a year for a subscription fee, or £2.50 a month to sign up. So you then have free entry into sort of big money tournaments and big money seasons.
Yeah, I think it's a great site, guys. So get yourself over to gfinity.net. I'm always promoting it, and you know, if you want to play against the best players like us and the other guys that you've seen as well today, you know. Get yourself over there, and it's a stepping stone. Obviously, if you're interested in getting competitive FIFA, or you just like playing Ultimate Team, get yourself over to gfinity.net. Like you said, subscription is only £20, and that covers you for the whole year. That enters you for every cup, ladder, tournament, everything that's on there as well. But yeah, it's a great way of people learning, developing FIFA, playing against the best players. You know, and want to know how good they actually can be.
Yeah, no, I think especially if you've got a really good Ultimate Team, if you're sitting there with, 20 mil with Team of the Season Ronaldo or Pele's or something like that, it actually gives you a good chance because not a lot of pro players have a lot of opportunity to play Ultimate Team, to have these good teams. So if you have got a good Ultimate Team, that can really come in your favour, and you should really be putting that to your advantage, and maybe you can win some decent money out of it.
Decent money, definitely. But we're going to go straight over to the game now. like we said, guys, we have Tass versus Epsilon Brian. Epsilon Brian in the white as Real Madrid, and Tass is in the blue of Brazil. It's a good start to the game already, with Brian keeping possession in the first opening 2 minutes. I'm excited to see how this game's going to pan out.
You know, Brian starting there just with the sort of sloppy offside to Ronaldo. And again, I think I expect this game to be the same as any Tass game that he's involved in. Like, he will want to control that ball. He will start off slowly and cautious, but
yeah, he's gonna want to dominate the game. You know, early possession is always key. He's actually playing with Joe up front, which is something different. We haven't seen no one play with Brazil with Joe up front. We've seen Hulk be up front. We've seen Neymar go up front. So it's quite intrigued to see how Joe's going to get on up front and how he can perform. I know he's good in the air, so that could be an advantage for Tass.
Yeah, I think that's a sign of what his tactics are going to be, at least. If he's playing with Joe, he'll want to hit their wings and cross it into him. Exactly like that. Neymar's coming down his left-hand flank, and he get early crossing as well, defended there by Brian. Plays it out to Di Maria into Fabio Control, and we'll start to build an attack from here. 9 minutes gone, guys. I mean, you know, it's not end-to-end stuff, but you know, it's well composed. It's a well-composed passing game here. Just trying to figure each other out. You know, I think it's the first time these two have ever played each other. So it's going to be steady. It's going to be nice and slow until the confidence breaks in. Maybe an early goal. So, how do you see this game panning out? Yeah, I see Tass being really cautious to start off.
Yeah.
But at some point he needs to make a move. I don't think Tass won't settle for a draw.
Of course
that's
not.
a sure
he needs
thing.
To. He needs to. We saw this when he played against Schulze. He was both very cautious, and he got a little bit of luck that he needed. Unfortunately for Schulze, he scored an own goal, but it was a little bit of luck that was in Tass's favour, and I think if he carries on doing that, his luck's going to run out. So he needs to go out and play, because Brian looks like he's up for it. He ain't here to mess around. So he's got to go out and start really strong, really early, and just give something for people to watch.
Yeah, no, the fact that Epsilon Brian also beat Schulze 6-0 could be a sign of maybe Brian, who was initially thought of the underdog in this tournament, maybe this guy's a big player and could be a real force in winning this.
This could be his big chance, you know, on the main stage. It's such a big tournament as in G-Infinity 3. Stepping up, you know, not many people come here and think they're going to win their first game 6-0. But that's a message statement to the rest of the FIFA players that are in this tournament. That yes, I'm an underdog, but I'm here to win. I'm here to, you know, demolish. And he's making a statement, and hopefully he carries on making that statement. We'd love to see him go through.
Yeah, no, there's also the winner's curse. I see so many defending champions get knocked out of the group stage in the next tournament they try and compete in. We know that Tass won the last one.
Great ball to the box, and there we go. Epsilon Brian.
Go Brian.
Cross into the box, and you know, a little reaction there from Brian, and that's all it is. It was just a simple ball down the line into the box with, from Modric. Ronaldo's there, and this is not a good start for Tass.
No, really worrying start, and that's the power of Madrid. We know Ronaldo and Benzema are both dangerous from their positions, and Brian has the ability to come inside and go to the wings. I think that's a massive, it's a massive advantage. Like, he can also accept a draw here and still go through.
From the get-go, you know, he looked really strong. He started out of the blocks very quick. His passing was really good, but it's into the box here. And lucky by Tass, who's got early ball into the box. Joe just couldn't get his head onto it. But Tass has got answers. They've got to come with some big plays right about now. You know, he's got to step it up another level.
Yeah, that opens the game up early on. That's what we want.
And there's Joe, and it's another cross, and there you go. 2 crosses, 2 goals. And that was something out of nothing, you know, just a ball into the box, and Big Joe just climbs over Sergio Ramos. There's a big height difference. But yes, Tass has answered back very quickly. 28 minutes gone.
Yeah, no, again, like, it was something from nothing. Like, he just hit the byline. Didn't go into that way where you get an outswinger. It just sort of went straight across, and Joe got the run on the defender, and a good header. And it's a good start here. 30 minutes gone, and we're already 1-0. If you have just joined, guys, welcome to the G3 FIFA Championship 3rd game group stages between Tass and Epsilon Brian, and it's 1-0 currently.
Brian here with Gareth Bale, just find a way some space, try to pass it to Ronaldo, but ball intercepted there by Tass, and Tass can build up an attack here into Neymar, backheel it into Hulk, and out wide. And he's just going to keep the ball, you know, just build up a bit, just calm down a little bit, build up a little bit of play, little tricks there.
You know, I expect both players to stay calm. There's still a game and a half left, so there's no real reason to panic. Even though the game did open up for a little bit. Yep.
But I think these goals have both settled their nerves. They're both set into the game now. I think in those opening minutes, you know how each other's going to play. But Tass needs to bring it. I believe, you know, he's been okay going through this tournament, through these group stages. But I think there's another level that we can see of him. I think that's the same thing for Brian as well. I just think they're very hostile in what they're doing. But Modric here trying to find a bit of room into Benzema, into Fabio control, and he can do it over the top ball if you can see it. And that's always well intercepted there. It's very well intercepted.
Yeah, that was a great tackle, and a really risky tackle actually. It looked like he nearly went through Benzema.
Yep.
But yeah, no, if he didn't make it, Benzema was through. So he needed to make that challenge.
Ronaldo. Hit the line.
And this is the strength of Real Madrid now, Ronaldo hitting that line.
It was a good little fake shot that he done to come inside and took out two defenders. Short and then Tass just keeping the ball. I used to think that, you know, Tass has a quicker build-up than this, but he's very keeping it very slow at this moment in time. You know, just not want to make too many mistakes, getting his passes right. Do you think that sometimes can be a bad thing?
You know, I've always thought it would be, but in all honesty, I've never seen him suffer from doing this, and I can only sort of give him credit for the way he plays. He seems to get results quite consistently. So it's half-time here, 1-1 between Tass and Epsilon Brian.
And it was one shot each. I mean, Bullard, sum up that first half for us quickly.
Both players have sort of started off a little bit sketchy, not wanting to force too many players forward. 2 chances in the game, 1 from each, and 2 goals. Yep. Which is quite rare, actually. You don't normally see that.
And this is we're getting to the second half here between Tass and Epsilon Brian. And guys, if you're thinking, how did these players get to this tournament? Some of them was invited, some of them qualified through the G3 tournament that is over at www.gfinity.net. Guys, non-stop promotion there because, guys, there's so many tournaments, prizes up for grab. So if you want to be part of the next Gfinity that will be available, get yourself over there, get yourself practicing, and you could have a chance of being at the next FIFA tournament.
Yeah, no, definitely. Actually, I was speaking about this. It might have been you earlier, actually. We haven't seen too many sort of UK players, especially, or even from Europe, break through in the FIFA scene in the last 2 years. Like everyone here, you know, we've known about them for the last 2 years, and they're all sort of now experienced players.
We'd love to see more up-and-coming talent coming through the UK community.
Yeah, no, I'm sure there's guys at home and watching probably this stream that are good enough to play in this tournament and good enough to win it as well.
I think people just hesitate and hold back because they think mentally they're not good enough to play against the top level players, you know. But you never know, you know. If you're playing well on your day and you play against the best players and you learn, you know, you can be here as well, you know, and just trying to win that $15,000. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, no, it's a great bit of money. I think first prize is $8,000.
Yep, I mean, that's a lot.
And yeah, just for sort of, you know, showing off your FIFA skills and...
It's about consistency. But yeah, 58 minutes gone, guys, and it's still 1-0 between Tass and Epsilon Brian. This is a group game, 3rd round group game. And it's been a bit more open this game. Now, Brian's had a lot of the ball. Tass is more just soaking up the pressure, sitting back, fighting and Brian's just finding these little holes in behind the defence, and it's a good tackle there from Tass into Joe, into Gustavo. It's a great little free ball, but Joe here, just out-strengthening. It's not.
Yeah, no, Joe's not got enough pace to sort of really go through on goal from that kind of position. One of the defenders were always going to catch him there.
So obviously having Joe up front, your main aim was to get out to the wings. I'd be suggesting.
Yeah, I think you are really limited with you up front. But at the same time, I think if you can break with Neymar or Hulk out wide and counter-attack like that, then you do have the chance for the balls over the top.
And now we have the ball here with Fabio Control into Carvajal, into Di Maria. Ronaldo, can you do a little turn in behind the enemy lines? No. Luis just collects that.
There was that chance for the chip through ball, I thought, over the top there.
Yeah, it was very close. Yeah, it just didn't have enough on it to get in behind. Tass will just keep the ball. You know, that's what he's good at doing. He's a very good possession player. Takes his time getting forward. But Ronaldo here just gets back for the team. Brian can break here into Benzema. He's got Modric screaming for it. That's a great ball. First time shot. He stopped. That's a great goal. Yeah, that's a great goal. Composed, well composed, and he's Brian's a bit happy with himself there. I mean, that was something out of nothing again.
Yeah, no, we've seen some good goals in this tournament, but that is actually up there. That pass was brilliant.
That was perfect through ball. And then when you think, you know, Thiago Silva was just going to take out Modric there, Modric just stops. Thiago Silva was left stranded, and he still had the composure just to put it into the bottom of the net, and that makes Brian 2-1 up.
Yeah, no, that was good composure there from Brian. Yeah, no, I was really impressed. A lot of players would have tried to shoot first time or maybe take it around the goalkeeper. He just stopped there. Tass wasn't expecting that, and it was an easy finish in the end.
Well composed.
Yeah, really good goal.
Well composed there. And we're making a few. Tass is making a few substitutions here, looking to take off Joe. But who would you bring on?
Oscar maybe, Paulinho.
Yeah, put Hulk up front and then bring on. I'd probably say Bernard. He's quite quick.
I'm sorry, who has gone on? Oh no. So he's bringing off Joe, putting Dante on and just rearranging. So he's put Dani Alves to right midfield now.
He's taking off Luis Gustavo for Paulinho as well.
Yeah, I think that's a fitness thing probably.
Yeah. So he's going for it. He has to go for it. You know, 70 minutes in, Brian is 2-1 up.
I actually think Dani Alves is quite effective from the wing.
Yeah,
I'm just not so sure how effective Hulk is in that striker position.
Well, Rosemeyer used him up front and actually done really well. So
really?
It can work in his favour. It can work in his favour. We'll just have to see. And that's a poor ball there from Tass. But he's going to have his substitutes come on now. 74 minutes, guys, gone. Epsilon, Brian, 2-1 up against Dignitas Tass. Obviously, Tass is your teammate. What advice, if you were sitting there with him, what advice would you be giving to him?
No, I'd tell him to keep calm, but also remind him that he'll need to make a move very soon. But it's still the first game, still got time. So I'd keep playing like he is, keep confidence in what you've prepared for and what you've trained at home, and yeah, just keep playing like he is now. Don't panic. That's what I'd be telling him.
Yeah.
I think he can get back in this game. It's not like Brian has had lots of opportunities and is outplaying him here.
He's just kept the ball well. That's all. He's made a few nice 1-2 passes. Just got in behind Tass's defence.
Yeah, no, I think it's quite an even game, really.
Yeah, it is, to be fair. And we have that's a poor pass there from Tass. He's making really silly mistakes right about now. Nice little skill moves there by Tass into Hulk, into Ramirez, and out wide to Dani Alves. And this is where Dani Alves can be really dangerous with his pace. To Thiago Silva. He's now shifted Thiago Silva right back. It's a shifting ball. That's Paulinho breaking it.
I suppose Luis hasn't gone to a right back. I'm not. Who would you say is better in the air? I'd have thought Silva. I know Luis has got better strength.
Yeah, I think Thiago Silva would be a better option.
I think.
Brian here is just running down the clock a little bit. Had nowhere to go. Tried to turn back and was being cut out by Tass. 86 minutes into the game, last dying minutes. Tass needs to pull something out of the bag, or just wait until the second game. But he has to do something. He has to make a move.
Yeah, no, I think it's more important for him not to go 3-1 down and go into a second game with a two-goal deficit. So
yeah, that could be the nightmare.
Yeah.
If that was to happen.
So I think he'll want to sit tight now, and Epsilon Brian may as well try and go forward, try maybe even go attack and see if he can get that last ditch goal.
Yeah, Brian's just going to keep the ball. Yeah, he's just going to hold the ball, run the clock down. So 1 minute stoppage time, not too much because not much has been happening in this game, but a few skill moves. He's just going to keep the ball. That's great. It's offside. Could have just turned back there and played it back to the defender, but you know, he thought he'd go inside. And I think by the time Tass kicks this out, it should be full time.
Yeah, it should be. I don't think there's any added minutes.
There's 1 minute, but I don't think that's it. And there you go. Epsilon Brian winning the first game 2-1. Sum that up. What was the
I thought it was a solid victory from Epsilon Brian. Whilst quite even, I think actually Epsilon Brian did edge it. I think he had a bit more creativity in front of goal. And Tass I think he was too cautious, and now he will be forced to make that move. He'll be forced to make them either mistakes or then plays for them goals.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, if you're Brian, what would you do going into this second game? Do you sit back a little bit more, or do you go in? Do you go for more goals? What would you be thinking?
I think it's too early to sit back. I think you play the first half like he has done and try and get more goals. Because if he can get that extra goal, that you've got that 2-goal cushion. Plus, he knows that a draw probably gets him through as well. I'd say he really has a 2-goal advantage, even at this point, even being only 1 goal up. A draw suits him fine, so it's Tass who has the work to do.
So, we're waiting for the guys to reselect their teams, but it's been a good first leg. Epsilon Brian obviously nicking it 2-1. Not too much gone into that game, but it was enough for them for Brian to nick the first leg.
Do you think it's a mistake to use Brazil for this game? He's got Bayern and Munich available here.
I don't think it's a mistake. It's how you use them. It's hard because they haven't got a fast striker. They've only got Fred and Joe. So it's kind of hard. Then you have to start swapping players around. But I think Brazil are a good team. They've always been a good team on FIFA. Just how you use them, really. I think in more favour, Tass would have had Real Madrid. If he had still Real Madrid available, it would have been in his favour. But unfortunately, he's actually used them already. So, but you never know. Brazil beat Boris Legend. Aga Rosamire used Brazil and beat Boris Legend. Beat him bad as well. So,
I quite like this. This is how the sort of group, the team dynamic comes in of selecting 7 teams, and you can only use 1.
Yeah.
But I think Tass has been confident here. I think Tass has backed himself to beat Brian with a weaker team, and at the moment it's failing.
Yeah, big time. But I believe this game's gonna be more end-to-end stuff. It's gonna be more open. Tass is gonna have to go for more. He's gonna have to just play like he has got nothing to lose. Because I believe if he loses this, then it could put him out. Depending if Adam Winstall wins, it could actually put Tass out of the group, I believe.
If Tass loses this, Brian will go through in first place. That's guaranteed. And then Adam will have the chance. If he wins the next game, he'll also go straight through with 5 points. Tass will come third with 4 points. But even if Tass gets a draw, Adam will probably beat him on goal difference.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Remember, guys, if you're good at FIFA and you think you can play at the competitive level that these guys are playing at, get yourself over to www.gfinity.net. Sign up, get yourself getting in the ladder tournaments, the cups. It's not just for normal 1v1. There's Ultimate Team there as well. Get yourself over to Gfinity, and there's many prizes to be won. And we play them very often. I think it's every day there's a tournament going on, or every other day there's a tournament going on. So if you're interested in that, guys, get yourself over to gfinity.net.
Yeah, no, you have weekly tournaments. Sort of, I think Monday, Wednesday. I think there's at least 5 tournaments a week. First place gets £100. Second place gets £50. So it's always nice to play in them tournaments, even if you're not a pro player at the top level. You've still got a good opportunity to get practice against us players. Even playing the likes of us will be beneficial for any people starting out. and especially playing the likes of Tass. I know he plays regularly. Ty Walton. I think even KSI signed up for the
KSI signed up for a few tournaments.
He signs up for a few tournaments, so he might get
I've never
a chance
seen him
to play
actually playing it. I think he just signs up, but he don't actually play in it. So
I think it's when he gets time.
Yeah. But guys, going into the second game here, same teams as before: Epsilon, Brian, Real Madrid, and Tass, Brazil. Epsilon, Brian actually 2-1 up on aggregate, so Tass has to pull out all the stops here. And he's done a few trickery there, but still loses the ball. And Brian's going to build up an attack here with Di Maria coming down the right-hand side into Modric, into Ronaldo. And well tackled there by Tass. And Tass is bringing a bit in this game. He's actually brought up the tempo a little bit. And he's got Hulk in a great position here.
Do we know if he started Joe up front again, or has he
no, he's not. He's not started Joe up front. He's actually started Hulk up front. He's got Thiago Silva right back.
Oh, okay, that's quite.
So he's shifted around what he did in the first game when he made that substitution. So just hopefully it pays off for him.
It's interesting, but confusing in a way because he likes to play out wide more.
So it's not beneficial for him to swing the ball in with Thiago Silva.
Yeah, basically.
But building up attack here down his right-hand side with Di Maria getting down the line. He's got no one in position with him, but then he finds Carvajal. Carvajal's just trying to find an opening. Modric is free. Turns out, plays into, and that's a great ball into Ronaldo. It's a great save there by Jefferson. Maybe the first touch by Ronaldo just stopped him from making the right move there. He kind of had to take the shot as soon as possible. The touch didn't really benefit him. And it's a corner here for Brian, and this could be very good hit. It fell to Modric, into Carvajal. Probably going to do a little body fake shot. It's played. That's a great little thing to the back post. Oh, well defended by Tass. He needs to get the ball out of play here. That's good clearance up into a Hulk. And you can see a different style of tempo here in this second leg.
Yeah, it looks like it's an Epsilon Brian at the moment. Really well. Like he's had 2 good opportunities already, or not. Well, at least half chances.
And it looks like he's the one that's actually losing, and he's not.
Yeah, no. That little play there in the box, the fake shots, the stop and starts with Di Maria, and then the crossing. That little bit of play deserved the goal actually. And
Lucas there can whip into the box, into Neymar, but it's cleared away by Sergio Ramos. Into Thiago Silva. Nice switch over to Lucas, just using Felipe Luis as the bait.
Yeah, it's a shame no one was really inside for him when he wanted it there.
Little fake shot there. Felipe dancing left and right. It's a great little ball into Lucas, but it's well covered there. Yeah. Carvajal dispossessed. Poor pass by Carvajal. Can he punish him? Can Tass punish Brian here? It's a great little nutmeg. Can he get to the back stick? As well, it fell back to him. Oh, he couldn't get his player.
Yeah, no, there was a good defending there by Brian initially, and then just gave it away sloppily to the attacker. And yeah, no, Tass with the nice little nutmeg through.
Gone for an early pause, and he maybe changed his formation already. Is that a tactical move?
I'm not sure what's happening here.
It's gone to a 4-2-2-2, so he's actually gone all out attack, which we haven't seen many players today use that formation. I think it's a good formation on this FIFA 14. I use it quite a lot.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, I play 4-4-2, which is kind of like that. You've just got the centre mids not sitting back. But I think if you want to play dynamically and have the option to come inside and also attack from the wings, a 4-2-2-2 is a good formation because you've got them wingers in their wide positions, and you can just play it around with your centre defensive midfielders and just kind of almost do circles around the edge of the box and just wait for that gap. And I think that suits Tass quite well because he's very patient in his approach.
Very patient player. 26 minutes here, guys. Currently still 0-0. Epsilon Brian winning 2-1 on aggregate though. We've seen some good chances there by Brian. Tass changing formation early. Let's see if that can pay dividend. And that's a great little body feint into Di Maria. Di Maria's got a whole lot of space. Can he get the cross? And he waits. Could have put him on his right foot, but he wanted to put him on his left. And that kind of didn't really pay off for him. But we've got Neymar here breaking for Tass into Hulk. Can he take that first touch and just beat past Sergio Ramos? He can. That's great. He's got Daniel was reaching into the box at the back post. Can Daniel? Oh, it's just too small. Pepe just clears that out.
Yeah, I think a bigger player there would have definitely won that header.
Someone like Joe would have been a
1-0.
bit more beneficial.
Yeah, even like Hulk, I think would have got there.
Yeah. But you can see he's attacking well. Tass now, he's coming out a lot more better than he did in the first game and the previous games that we've seen him go. Brian here just stopping and starting, wasting a little bit of time, you know. Not really in no rush. He's happy to settle for the draw, looking like at this moment in time.
Well, I must admit, I am impressed by like all these intricate stop and starts, do these little body feints and step overs that Brian's using, because a lot of players I feel overuse the skill moves.
Yep.
But he seems to be using them
in the right proportion. It's balanced out very well for him. There's a little collision there, but Ronaldo picks up the ball. Little scoop turn, stop and start again. Just showing it's teasing him. That's what he literally did. He's just teasing him.
Maybe that I think he did actually overuse it for once. Curse of the
maybe he heard what we said. Yeah. It's Di Maria now breaking down to the right, getting acres of space in behind. But Benzema too slow, turning, and Di Maria, Neymar here, sorry, into Hulk. He's got no one in the box. He's got Neymar coming in now, and it's a great ball into the box, and that's a great goal.
Great goal.
It's a great goal.
Good, really good feint to get the cross in. And then,
I thought he actually took it out of play, but you know, just managed to get the cross in before it was going to go out of play. Just here that it looked like it was going out of play, but he's just done it in time. And the littlest touch, and he had Dani Alves behind him as well, and still managed to get the goal. And it's 2-2 on aggregate now, 1-0 to Tass in this second leg.
Yep, no, Tass, that's what he needed. He needed a goal to get back into this this game. But he still has a lot of work to do. He'll want to win this game, and he'll want to move on from this.
Just before half-time as well was probably a vital time to get a goal.
Yep. Yeah, what looked like Epsilon, Brian being quite comfortable in this game. All of a sudden, you know, a few minutes and Tass is 1-0 up, and maybe the nerves will settle in for Brian now.
It's a great ball into Di Maria, found by Modric. Ooh, turned there. Can he get the shot off?
Great.
Oh, maybe if he finesse shot that might have gone in. But that was great little play there. Great little over the top through ball into Di Maria. Di Maria showed him one way, come inside on his left, and he had the right idea to try to get the shot off.
Yeah, again, a good little fake shot there, and no, I thought that was a goal. I thought he did the perfect thing there to do a finesse shot into the far corner.
It's a great ball down the line into Neymar. Neymar's beating. Ooh, looked like it.
Yeah, I don't think he's beating Pepe.
Yeah, it looked like he had the beat for him, and then he just came back. But, Pepe's strength just brought him back into it. 45th minute here, guys. 1 minute stoppage time. I believe this should be the last, maybe the last attack, no, maybe not. And there you go. That is half time. 2-2 on aggregate between Tass and Brian. 1-0 to Tass in this current game. We need a winner. We need some goals.
You know, again, really equal between these two. I'd say Epsilon and Brian has maybe just had the edge, but it's Tass with the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, Brian, he's done all these little stops and starts, body fakes, fake shots, everything you can name it. He's done it, but hasn't really paid dividend in this game, you know. Hasn't got a goal or anything like that, and, you know, Tass needs to come out of this game now, because Brian likes to keep the ball a lot. He likes to keep possession, and I think if Tass gives him any more leeway, Brian will be out to punish like he did in the first game. And it's a great little cut back there with Carvajal into Modric.
One thing I do notice is Brian does send a lot of players forward, so Tass has a good opportunity to counter-attack, especially with this 4-2-2 that he's playing.
Exactly that. It's basically kind of got like 4 up front, really and truly.
Yeah,
I mean, when they break on a counter-attack, they do break in numbers. So
yeah, maybe a good tactical change from Tass. Actually, we don't see it very often where players will change the formation. Maybe he's seen something in this game and thought, actually, yeah, if I change to a more counter-attacking formation, then this will really benefit me.
But Brian is defending really well. He defends all the areas. He covers all the areas, all the spaces, the open spaces in the pitch very well. I mean, that's what is the difference between the top level of FIFA players and obviously your average gamer, because you've got to be clever than most. You got to read the game at its highest peak. Benzema here, a little fake shot. Got 3 people surrounding him. All does makes Thiago Silva commit, and there you go. I genuinely thought Dante had that there, but Ronaldo just leaked leaps over him.
Yeah, no, it almost looked like Ronaldo headed through Dante's head and got
so kind of like glitched
got
out.
the ball somehow.
But there you go, Epsilon Brian, 3-2 up, 1-1 in games here, in this game here, sorry, but 3-2 up in aggregate. And there we go, like we said, he likes to keep the ball, keep possession, little intricate passes, and it worked in his favour there with Benzema.
Yeah, no, again, like, just the way Brian approached that attack was really calm. He used little stops and starts again. And Tass just didn't pressure him well enough. Benzema just got a clear cross down the line. And
is that something that you would add to your game? These little stop starts, fake shots, body feint. Is that you? Or
I wouldn't say it's me. Maybe 3 or 4 years ago it could have been me. I think you have to put a lot of time into perfect your strategy. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, a lot of players you see overuse these moves and lose the ball a lot from that. So I think, again, it's something that sets the top players apart from the sort of amateurs or sort of, just the novice players starting out.
Yeah.
Do you use skill moves that often?
Before, I didn't really use skill moves. I wasn't really the best at skill moves, but I believe using them is very key, especially in this game. And I think they really work well. So yeah, I've added them to my game a lot now. And it's a free header at the back post, and Tass makes it 3-2-1 to Brazil in the second game. Big header there.
I think I suppose the weakness of the Real Madrid have, that the fullbacks aren't the best in the air. Marcelo didn't look convincing there at all. And when you do get someone running against Marcelo, then
you're always in danger. Always in danger. And this is end-to-end stuff here. Just goals galore going here. 3-3 on aggregate. 2-1 to Tass in the second game of the G3 FIFA Championship group stages. Third game. It's the third game, and after this, who'll be on next? Do you know who will be playing after that?
I think that's the Group C game.
Group C game. So it's exciting stuff, So guys, we ain't going nowhere anytime soon. More FIFA, more action, more goals coming your way very soon. But at this moment in time, we have got Tass and Brian. Tass running down the line here, gets the ball into the box. Marcelo beats Hulk that time, and Balkan break here. He's got numbers going forward for Brian into control. And down his left-hand side with Marcelo, just stops and starts. Plays Brian Benzema inside, back to Marcelo. Show him the ball a little bit, show him the ball. And Benzema.
No, I think this is make break time now for Tass. I think he needs to pressure more.
Yep.
And
giving him way too much space.
Yeah, I think a draw and he goes out now. I think he needs to pressure and go all out attack, and I'm surprised he's left it this late to. Well, I know he just scored 10 minutes ago in FIFA terms. But yeah, I'm surprised he's not trying to carry that on.
He needs to carry that momentum through and keep pushing through, taking it up to another level. This is what's the difference between competitive FIFA players to normal FIFA players. You got to know when to take it to another level. Times like this, you have to take it to another level, and that's how you become champions. You got to be able to take it to the next step.
Yeah, no, and a win for Tass is actually really damaging for Brian. Let's not forget, Brian can also get out of this tournament very easily. I know he's been ahead in this match already, but yeah, a goal for Tass would leave Brian on 4 points, and Alan Winston could go on 5, and you could have
a great ball, and that's Tass. If he puts the ball back into the box, Neymar falls to Paulinho. That's a great defensive block there by Fabio Control, and Brian breaks that. He's not really running though; he's just slowing it down. Would you say he's playing for the draw here?
Yeah, no, well, if he's not, he should be. He needs to just play smart now, not lose the ball in situations like that. And this is a surprising counter-attack that Tass now has.
83 minutes left. 83 minutes in this game, sorry. Couple minutes left. We need a winner.
Yep.
No, I don't think a draw will be acceptable for either of these two players. I think Brian will probably be a bit disheartened.
Oh no, I think Brian will take the draw.
You believe?
He goes through on a draw.
Yeah,
he may not win the group. It depends how Adam fares against Shorzy, but no, even a draw, and I think there's a good chance he will win the group. So yeah, he'll accept this. He can watch the clock go down as much as he wants. It's Tass that needs to press and get this other goal, or he's probably going out of this tournament.
And Tass is getting a bit frustrated there, knowing that Brian was just holding on to the ball, and it's a free kick in a very, very good position for Brian.
Yeah, I can see one more goal being scored against.
He's just going to keep the ball.
Yeah, either Tass pushing forward and Brian going on the counter attack, or Tass.
Oh, that's great little play there.
Attacking.
That's well played. That is well played there by Brian. Yeah. Just keeping the ball, running down the clock. 2 minutes left, stoppage time. Just going to play it short here. No rush.
Get another corner.
It's a goal kick. And by the time Tass kicks this out, it could be all but over.
I think we might see a change to 5 at the back in the last minute here. Yeah, just it's not GG quite yet. There's still 2 minutes of this game left. There's 2 minutes injury time. I think we're just having a formation change for Brian. He's putting more players at the back. So
Chrissy,
I think, are we going back to the match now? There's still 2 minutes left.
Yeah, we're going back straight into it. Last 2 minutes. And Brian's just nicked the ball, kept it there. He's just going to run down the clock. Playing a bit of Fergie time here.
Brown seeing that clock go down. He knows he's just seconds away from qualifying for the next round. And I think that will be it now.
That should be all she wrote for this. And there you go. That is it. It was a draw between Brian and Tass, but I believe Brian goes through.
Throughout the game, and yeah, I was really impressed by Brian actually. I think he'll probably go through as winner of the group and deservedly be so.
Yeah, it was a great game, great spectacle for the neutral. Brian, well-deserved point. Tass could have played a lot better, but you know that's how FIFA goes, and that's how you know sometimes you just have to improve in the game and go from step one. But guys, that is us. We'll be back soon. We're going to go to a short advert and then come back with the next game. So don't go nowhere. Stick around.